Welcome back to the Better Your Life channel, where we talk about everything relating to anxiety and our mental well-being. I was recently asked if I could explain about the connection between the menopause and anxiety. So I want to go through this video today, explaining how we can understand it and how we can manage it. So menopause anxiety refers specifically to the feelings of nervousness, worry and unease that can occur during the menopausal transition. Now, menopause is a completely natural biological process, and it marks the end of a woman's reproductive years, typically occurring between the ages of 40 and 55. Now, the accompanying hormonal changes can significantly impact our mental well-being, leading to increased anxiety for many women. Now, this may surprise you, but menopause can also occur in men. And while men do not experience menopause in the same way as women do, they can go through a similar phase. It's known as the andropause or male menopause, where they may experience symptoms associated with the gradual decline in testosterone. Now, we're specifically talking about menopause in women in this video. So, anxiety during menopause can manifest as general anxiety, panic attacks, health anxiety, and heightened levels of stress. Now, these symptoms can be just as distressing as the physical symptoms of menopause, such as the hot flushes, the night sweats, the brain fog. Incredibly frustrating. Now, understanding the nature of menopause anxiety is helpful for managing it effectively and maintaining our mental well-being. But before we jump into this, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so you're notified every time we produce some new content and I post a new video. I also offer a lot of free resources over in the description. And if you're not sure where to start with that, download the Circle of Control and Influence worksheet, or you can download the journaling questions to reduce anxiety. Now, the primary cause of female menopause anxiety is the fluctuation in hormone levels, particularly estrogen and progesterone. Now, these hormones play a vital role in regulating our mood and our emotional stability. When their levels drop during the menopause, it can lead to mood swings, irritability, and anxiety. Now, estrogen has the beneficial effect on the brain, influencing the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which are our mood regulators. As estrogen levels decline, there may be a corresponding decrease in these neurotransmitters too, and this can lead to increased anxiety and depression. The physical symptoms of menopause, such as hot flushes, night sweats, and sleep disturbances, can also have an impact, and they contribute to increased anxiety. Chronic sleep deprivation due to the night sweats can exacerbate anxiety and reduce our ability to cope with the stress. Now, menopause often coincides with significant life changes, such as children may be leaving home. We may be dealing with aging parents, we may have career transitions and shifts in personal relationships, and all of these factors can create additional stress and anxiety. We also have societal pressures, and there's a stigma still surrounding aging, weight gain, and the menopause can further impact on our mental health. Women who have a history of anxiety or depression may also find that the menopause exacerbates these conditions. The hormonal changes can trigger a relapse or worsen existing symptoms, making menopause a particularly challenging time for our mental well-being. Now, menopause anxiety affects anyone going through the menopausal transition. It typically starts during what we call the perimenopause in women, which is the period leading up to the menopause, and it can begin several years before we experience our last period. Now, during perimenopause, hormone levels can fluctuate wildly, causing a range of physical and emotional symptoms. Perimenopause usually begins in a woman's mid-40s, but it can start as early as our 30s. It's the stage of life that leads up to the menopause when menstruation stops. Now, during the perimenopause, we may notice many different changes in our bodies. We may notice that we start to have irregular periods. We may experience hot flushes. We may notice that we have mood swings, or worse still, somebody else has noticed. We may struggle with brain fog. We can't remember things. We're not as organised. We can't be as focused. We may experience heart palpitations, have more headaches or more intense headaches. We could experience night sweats and vaginal dryness, have trouble sleeping, and find that we have joint and muscle aches. It can feel different for everyone, so you may have a number of the symptoms or you may have none at all. Now, many women report increased anxiety during this time due to the unpredictability of the symptoms and the stress of adjusting to these changes in our life. Once a woman has gone 12 consecutive months without her period, she is then considered to be in what we call the menopausal stage. Now, whilst some symptoms may associated with the perimenopause, they may well ease, anxiety can often persist for several years post-menopause as the body adjusts to new hormone levels. The menopause can cause extreme anxiety for some women. The severity of anxiety can vary widely, with some women experiencing mild symptoms and others facing intense, debilitating anxiety. And extreme anxiety can manifest as panic attacks, which are sudden episodes of real intense fear and discomfort that can include heart palpitations, sweating, trembling, muscle aches, and it's a feeling of that impending doom. It can be quite scary. Now, before we look at the factors contributing to extreme anxiety in conjunction with the menopause, you may be wondering, who am I and how am I qualified to give you this advice? Well, my name is Jennifer Roblin and I am an anxiety specialist and therapist, and I'm the founder of Better Your Life. I've helped thousands of people overcome their anxiety and get back to controlling their lives and being able to thrive. Now, factors contributing to extreme anxiety include things like individual hormonal patterns. Now, this is the rate at which our hormone levels decline, and it can affect the duration of our anxiety symptoms. So women who experience more significant drops in estrogen levels may have more severe anxiety symptoms than someone that doesn't have the same level of drop. Now, physical symptoms such as severe hot flushes, night sweats, sleep disturbances, they exacerbate anxiety, leading to a cycle of even worsening symptoms. We may notice that we have other life stressors, such as major life changes occurring simultaneously with the menopause, and that can heighten our anxiety levels. Perhaps we have a history of mental health challenges, and women with a history of anxiety or other mental health issues are more susceptible to experiencing extreme anxiety during the menopause. So, let's have a look at what treatment and support you may have, because if you have access to appropriate medical treatment and mental health support, that can also significantly shorten the duration of menopausal anxiety. So, let's have a look at what does hormonal anxiety actually feel like. Now, during the menopause, it can present with a range of different symptoms, which can vary in intensity and duration. Common experiences include things like generalized anxiety disorder. And this is where we have persistent worry or fear that is actually out of proportion to the situation that we're facing in that moment. We may find that we have health anxiety when we spend so much time worrying we're going to get ill or we already are ill, and that it starts to take over our life. We may notice that we experience panic attacks and sudden episodes of intense fear, accompanied by physical symptoms such as heart palpitations, shortness of breath, sweating, and dizziness. And they're all quite worrying when you feel that intensity. We may feel a bit irritable. We have increased sensitivity and a tendency to become easily frustrated and upset, could be quite tearful. We may feel that we're very restless, feeling on edge and unable to relax or sleep. Brain fog. We may have difficulty concentrating. We may feel forgetful, have trouble focusing on tasks or making decisions due to the anxiety. Now, these symptoms can significantly impact our daily life, making it essential to recognise and address them promptly. Now, if you know anyone else struggling with menopause or anxiety, please do go ahead and share this video, as that helps me reach more and more people and get the message out there that nobody needs to be struggling with anxiety. So, managing menopause anxiety involves a multifaceted approach that includes lifestyle changes, professional help, and self-care practices. Now, here are some of the strategies that you may wish to incorporate. So, physical activity boosts endorphins, which are our natural mood lifters. So if you can aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate exercise most days of the week, then that will help. This will be particularly helpful if you're outside in nature, because nature is very grounding and helps those anxious times. If we exercise, we help close the anxiety loop of the fight and flight response. Now, I've got a lot more information on the fight and flight response on one of my other videos, so you might want to check that out. So, can we eat a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains and lean proteins, because this supports our overall well-being? We should avoid excessive caffeine, alcohol and sugar, as they are all known to exacerbate anxiety. We need to establish a regular sleep routine and create a restful sleep environment. So it's important to avoid screens before bedtime. Keep your bedroom cool and dark, and try and practice relaxation techniques before going to bed. Practices such as using aromatherapy to calm you or taking a warm bath. Maybe you can engage in calming hobbies. All of these things can promote relaxation and reduce stress. Simple, deep breathing exercises and practicing progressive muscle relaxation can also calm down our nervous system and alleviate anxiety by sending signals to our body that we're actually safe. We can practice mindfulness and meditation too, as this can also help manage stress and reduce anxiety between sessions with an anxiety therapist. We may take part in yoga and Tai Chi, as these practices combine physical movement with mindfulness, helping to reduce the stress and improve our mood. Journaling, writing down our thoughts and feelings, can really help process emotions and reduce anxiety. Now, if you're not sure how to start that, please do go and download the free workbook, Journaling Questions to Ask Yourself to Reduce Anxiety. We may wish to maintain strong social connections, as this can also help anxiety. It may be tempting to isolate ourselves when we're feeling anxious and struggling with hot flushes. However, we're tribal, and it's essential to maintain that social connection. In fact, it's now been proved that a lack of connection is known to trigger anxiety. You can try talking to an anxiety therapist, as this can provide additional support for managing all forms of anxiety and provide you with healthy tools and techniques needed to overcome it. And then there's hormone replacement therapy. This can work alongside anxiety therapy, and it can help balance the hormone levels and reduce the effect of them as they diminish. Now, it is essential to discuss the risk and benefits with your GP. Now, taking care of our mental health is an essential part of our overall well-being. If left unresolved, anxiety can spiral out of control and have a significant impact on our relationships, our work, school life and family life. It is my belief that nobody needs to struggle with anxiety. We just need the right strategies and techniques to overcome it. So if you want to take the next step to have a happier life, where your anxiety and fears no longer hold you back, click on the link below and book a free, no obligation consultation call, and we'll be able to see how we can best help you. Please also do have a look at all the free resources. Like I said, there's plenty over in the description as well. And while these workbooks, they cannot eliminate anxiety completely or get to the root cause, they do go a long way in aiding you on your journey to be anxiety free. So please share your top tips in the comments below, as we love to know what you do, what helps you when you're struggling with anxiety. If you found the video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel and share it with anyone you'd like to. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.